Hi everyone, thanks for joining us here at Cakes, Cooking and More. I'm Marie Lockwood. Today's recipe is a pork loin that is cooked in a crock pot with mushroom gravy, and I put mine over egg noodle, but you can do white rice or your preference. So let's see what we need. Okay, so for this recipe there's really not a lot of ingredients. It's a very simple, very easy one that you can do since it's in a crock pot on a day that you don't feel like cooking. So right here I have a pork loin that I've cut most of the fatty tissue off. You want to do that because otherwise it comes out a little greasy. I have a couple of brown gravy mix. Those are the powdered ones. Then I have cream of mushroom soups, some fresh mushroom, and a little bit of water. And that's pretty much it. So first thing we're going to do is put in our pork loin. You just want to place that into the bottom. Now mine is about 4 pounds and you want it around that size. Alright, next we're going to put the mushrooms on top. Just kind of spread those around a little bit. Alright, then you're going to want to add your brown gravy mix. Now in a lot of recipes you don't have to use a mix. You can use jarred brown gravy if you want to, or you can make it fresh. In this one you're wanting the powder because we're using it more as a seasoning than an actual gravy. We're just going to add 2 of those right on top. Don't worry about mixing or anything. Since it's in the crock pot, it does that all on its own. Alright, you're going to add your little bit of water. And if you're going to use canned mushrooms instead of the fresh, you double the water, just so you know. Alright, and then we're going to add our soup. I do love crock pot recipes on days that I have a whole lot of errands to run or stuff with the kids or something, because you know they're so much easier. You just throw everything in and then you don't have to do anything else for the rest of the day until the very end. Now this recipe, you can use this with rice and serve it over rice. I actually prefer egg noodle. You can do that, or you can serve it as a entree but not with rice or that. You can add potatoes on the side, green beans, however you want to do it. It pretty much works with anything. The cream of mushroom soup actually acts as your gravy. And a little bit of brown gravy mix gives it a little more flavor. So you get a nice rich brown gravy with it that has a lot of mushroom in it. And another alteration that you can make is to add a packet of Lipton onion soup mix. If you are not a big mushroom person, but you're okay with onion, try that instead. You can even add onion in there, chopped up. I actually like it with the mushroom more. So it's really a preference thing, but you can make small alterations to this recipe and it still come out great. What you do need to be aware of, if you're going to make changes, is how much of things you're going to add or take away. As long as you're substituting fairly equally, it works fine. Okay, once we have everything in, we're just going to pop our lid on. Now if you're going to cook it on low, so you're going to work that day, it's about 6 to 8 hours. If you cook it on high, it's about 4 to 6 hours. Basically, you're just looking for your pork loin to be completely cooked all the way through. You do not want to ever undercook pork. Okay, and that is all we have, and so we'll be back in a little while when it's done cooking to see what it looks like. Okay, so that is it for our recipe. You can see that the pork loin sort of shreds. You have your mushrooms, and I of course put mine over egg noodle, but like I said, you can use white rice, use it as an item to put with potatoes, carrots, however you want to do it. Thanks for joining us here today, Cakes, Cooking and More. Marie Lockwood. Have a great day.